Yo, 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 yo. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Mogswamp broadcast live stream experience extravaganza. Today, we are going to be uh doing a little building on the flat world. We got a big schematic of the mountain all set up. I finally finished repainting, retexturing the mountain with Wizzy, and so we're going to try to start building it today as fast as we freaking can. So, yeah, big things coming in the flat world. I can't tell you guys what it's about yet, but it's really exciting. It's really exciting. Miko Cam, please? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's get over into the game. Let's turn on the Miko Cam and let's turn on the music. Oh god, the Miko Cam's screwed up. What happened to Miko Cam? Why is it? Why? There's too much Miko and not enough Cam. Here, we'll just slide him right over. There we go. Haha. Perfect. Perfect. He's escaping. He was breaking out of containment, dude. He was literally escaping containment. All right, give me a sec. Get some music going. Can you guys hear that okay? Are you playing the Flatland Challenge? I am playing Flat World, yes. Can you guys hear that, or is it crazy quiet? Or is it crazy loud? I literally can't tell. I cannot tell how loud the music is for you guys. It's perfect? We can hear? Okay. Little loud, maybe. Really quiet? That's two different directions. I'll just leave it. If one person said quiet and one person said loud, then I'm just going to leave it. Are you excited for Brand New Day? Is that the new Spider-Man movie? I am excited. All right, let's see here. I'm just getting ready to lock in, guys. Okay, so we want to take a look at our schematics real quick. And turn on the mountain. Here we go. It's going to be real laggy. All right, and let's turn down our render distance. That'll help too. Maybe even lower. How much are you expecting to get done today? I have no idea, to be honest. All right, here we go. This is the only placement on. Hey, Mog, my summer semester is finally over. I have 2 weeks before school starts. Dude, nice, Gwendolyn. Congratulations. Okay. This is the schematic for the mountain. And I think I want to start with the back side of the mountain with all this grass back here. I think it'll be really easy to get all that grass in. So let me put away my stuff. I feel smart watching your streams because I see more and more mechanics while watching you play. Yeah, that is the nice thing about watching someone play a game like Minecraft or really any wiki game is it can save you a lot of time. You can learn from their mistakes instead of making your own mistakes, you know what I mean? All right, let's put away these. These go here. These can go in there, and I just got some dirt here. Mog, I'm talking to a girl currently, but I don't know if she likes me or not. Any advice? Just be yourself, dude. Plenty of fish in the sea. If it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. Might feel like it in the moment, but it's not. So you're good. There's no huge stakes here. Just be yourself, feel it out, you know what I mean? Give it some time, see where things lead. I recommend to everybody to get good at flirting. It's a very good skill to have. It has helped me a lot in my life. It's a great way to signal your intention to someone in a nice way. Okay, let's see. Yo, Gwendolyn. Wait, 40 stream streak, Sussy Wyatt? That's insane. What the heck? That's actually crazy. Just make jokes and be nice. That's what worked for me. Yeah, that's pretty much, you got it. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. That's how you flirt. You just, like, be funny and be really nice. Like, overly nice. But, like, not in a weird way, you know? You just, like, you show someone, like, if you're extra nice to someone, it makes them feel special. And it's a great way to communicate that you feel special about them. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? I need to, like, start getting ready to place a million blocks. So let's grab, like, 5 of each thing. Here, we'll grab 1 of each box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then, oh, we don't have room for that box. Okay. That's fine. And then maybe we put away a couple of these and grab a shulker of dirt for the support. I feel like we might want to do all the dirt first, but we'll see. Let's just get out some dirt there. Okay, cool. Let's go to the backside of this mountain and, like, just start seeing how long this is going to take. Riz Swamp. Have you seen The Odyssey? I did see The Odyssey. It was really good. Have you ever watched Monty Python Holy Grail? I have seen that, and I love the Broadway, the musical version of it, Spam-A-Lot, as well. I saw that on Broadway. It was really fun. Okay. Let's maybe do single layer mode, just so it's not super duper laggy. And then we'll set it here. And we can just start placing things in. And I set up the schematic pretty carefully, so it should be, like, really accurate. Like, there shouldn't be a lot of extra blocks that we don't need, if that makes sense. As much as I could, I set up the schematic to where, like, everything is necessary. There's no, like, extra blocks like I usually have for the most part. Moment of history right here. I know, I'm finally starting the mountain after all this time. I better start recording. When do you think the next long video will be on YouTube? I'm not sure. I'm working on, like, so many videos at once right now. For reasons that I can't explain to you guys right now. But all will be made clear eventually. Eventually I'll be able to talk about it all, but yeah, for like the past month, I, like, started one video and then I had to pause and go start a different video, and then I had to pause again and start a different video. So I'm working on, like, 5 videos right now, bro. Hopefully you guys will be eating good late summer and fall with a bunch of Mogswamp videos in a row. Alright, getting in this first bit of grass here. I don't know why I'm, like, weirdly nervous about how long this could take. I think the schematic's a little too big. Causes so much lag every time I toggle it on and off. Have you ever remade a village? I have not. First time watching Mogswamp live on Twitch. What's up? What's up, Got Ainer? Got Ainer. What a name. It sounds dirty for some reason. Give us a teaser, Mog. What sort of teaser are you looking for? You could do a medieval style village somewhere. I would love to do something like that. Sounds fun. Ain't this the mountain that was the wireframe like 4 years ago? It is, King Kahlo. Ah. All right. Hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Hmm. I'm gonna cancel this recording real quick. I need to look at my mountain schematic. Is it this world or is it a different one? I think it's on my creative world, actually. Yeah, here it is. You don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Yeah, so this is the design I have, but I'm realizing now that this entire layer here is one too high, and I don't know what to do about it. Okay, I think I know what to do. Sorry, guys. I was just thinking. Thinking very deeply. OMG, you really inspired my niece. She started a new world, and guess what? It's super flat. Now every time I take care of her, she wants to watch your VODs on YouTube. She's a moghead. She's only 11. That's so sweet. That's very sweet to hear. Love to inspire people however I can. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Ugh, dude, the lag every time I turn the schematic on and off is so annoying. Nothing's like before. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to do like this bottom ring here and then go down from here. But I'm going to skip this whole level, I think. Okay. Yeah, so let's just follow this line here as far as we can follow it. It's a little later on. Am I already out of dirt again? Alright. Let's grab some dirt for the scaffolding. So yeah, we're just doing this bottom outline of the mountain, and then we can fill in all the grass below there. So let me start another recording again. Sugar Dot, 5 stream streak. Nice job, dude. Strain dude, thanks for hopping into the stream. What happened to Katie from the very first episodes of the Flat World? We were friends in high school, and then we kept in touch a little bit after college, and I haven't talked to her in a long time. Hi, Sugar Dot. How are things going? Pretty good so far. Just doing some work on the mountain in my flat world. We're doing the bottom layer of the mountain first. Oops. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. It's been a while since I watched. What music playlists are you using? There is a playlist on Spotify called Video Game Music Mix, and I've just got it on shuffle. Big things happening and we're placing dirt. If only I could tell you guys, oh my god. If only I could tell you guys why this is so big. I have a secret I'm keeping. I'm not allowed to say anything yet. But you would understand if you knew. For now, I must be coy. Alright, need some lime terracotta. Hey Mog, I've seen a lot of builds that use blocks for their color instead of texture / material, and they usually bother me. What do you think as an awesome builder yourself? I think you absolutely need to get rid of whatever is in your brain that bothers you about that. It's like a extremely silly way to look at the game, in my opinion. And it's holding you back. If you've ever wondered why am I not a good builder, it's probably because you're trying to use blocks literally. There's just not enough blocks in the game to support that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get creative and see them for their color and texture and not just what they're actually meant to be from the developers. I don't know, like imagine trying to use Legos, right? But you're not allowed to ever use a Lego piece for something it's not intended as. So say goodbye to all of those trees that use the little pink frogs as leaves. Say goodbye to every cool Lego build technique you've ever seen. All of them just get thrown out immediately, if that's your rule, right? So, like, Minecraft's no different, in my opinion. The other thing about, like, people who get bothered by things not being used for their intended purpose, like, we do that in Minecraft all the time. Like, by that same logic, a stair should only ever be a stair. It shouldn't be a roof. A stair should never be a chair. A stair should never be anything but a stair because it's called a stair. So if you're using a stair as a bench or as a roof line, you've already broken your own rule. You see what I mean? Wow, what? Thought I was holding the dirt. How are you placing the blocks in front of you? If you mean like how am I placing the blocks floating, that is a part of the Lightmatica mod, which is helping me with this. Otherwise, a project of this scale would be nigh impossible. All right, let's get all this dirt in, and this is going to support the concrete powder. I really do hate that you need blocks to support the concrete powder. It sucks. I would love it if this was not a gravity block. I'm going to be real. Dang it. I fell again. Do you think you'll ever run out of dirt considering you use it for terracotta, mud, and clay? And also dirt. I might. There's a non-zero chance. Then again, I have like 4 million of it, so I'd have to build something really big to run out. Should probably just grab some mossy cobble. Alrighty. That's a big layer in place. Excuse me. This music is so intense. Yeah, I was listening to Elden Ring. Have you ever played the game straight? I have, but I didn't finish it. I'd love to circle back around to that one. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm so burpy, guys. The monster is making me super burpy. How's it going? What's up, Seth? Hey, Protron. If you had to choose a single mob to come back to Super Flat, what would it be? Definitely Glow Squid right now, but other than Glow Squid, which is the newest extinct mob, probably rabbits. Oops. This mountain build is so momentous because it's what started the whole reason for dirt digging. Exactly. Exactly. This is a huge deal, and this has been years in the making also. So it's momentous for a few reasons. All right, we should go get some mossy cobble. That'll make this easier. Because there's a lot of mossy cobble around here. What keyboard do you use? I think it might say it underneath the stream. I know it's a Keychron. I can't remember. I've been rewatching you build the dirt converter farm for me and a Bud's Forever World. Yeah, I still have some more parts to add to that farm, but it's getting there slowly. Kind of want to go back through from the beginning and just add in these mossy cobble bits I was missing. Yeah, nice. Also gonna have to get truly a gross amount of acacia wood for this. This is a vibe? I agree. Do you have plans to ever build the back rooms? I've thought about building the flat rooms, like a backrooms parody, like really far below bedrock, down at the bottom of my world. Because in super flat, if you guys didn't know, you can build underneath bedrock if your world is old enough. If your world predates 1.18 like mine does. So as long as I break bedrock, I can build for another 64 blocks. Have you watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners? I never did watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Maybe for the acacia wood, you build that wood farm Linksy gave you instead of procrastinating. Unfortunately, I don't have time. I would have loved to just build the farm and get it out of the way, but I need this mountain done for something special. So I didn't really have time to build the wood farm. I thought it would be faster to just grit my teeth and power through. All right, more grass. We're going through grass the fastest right now. Oh, wait, did I leave the shulker on the ground? I did. I want to build stuff like that, Mog. Thanks for the inspiration. I love this channel. Happy to inspire you, dude. Happy to inspire you. I hope you build to your heart's content. How do I convince my parents into getting a family YouTube channel? That's up to them, dude. That is definitely up to them, especially if it's going to be a family channel. Good luck on that one. I'm not sure. Barse my goat. We don't have dark. The dark green concrete. I see. That's why I didn't bring the box. Mog, you have such a recognizable voice. Do you really think so? I feel like everybody has a pretty recognizable voice for the most part. Like, I mean, there's some pretty normie voices, I guess, but like, apparently your voice is more unique than your fingerprints in terms of like how much it varies from person to person. Ah. All right, let's keep moving down the mountain. I don't want to go too far up the mountain because we're already running into things like that we don't have. Ooh, this is a vibe. What is this? Dans la Rue. This is a super nice vibe. All right, we're still up above this big plane, so we're still good so far. Sorry if I'm not super talkative today, guys. I'm just feeling a little quieter today. I'm not really sure why. I guess I probably know why. It's because I stayed up till like 3 and then woke up at like 8. That's probably why. Let's be real. Have you ever thought about what your builds would look like with the classic textures? Well, sometimes I'll load up the programmer texture pack, but I know they don't really keep it updated very well for like the newer blocks in the game. So I know there are people out there who actually have like their own versions of the programmer art pack. Excuse me, that's actually like up to date with all the new blocks in the game and stuff. I've always wanted to download one of those and see like what my world would actually look like with one of those. Because I've done it with the programmer texture art pack built into the game, but again, that one's not very good. It doesn't have like the updated versions of all the new blocks and stuff like that. It's only the old blocks. Okay. How did I grab all that stuff and I still didn't grab any grass out of there? Did I leave my green shulker box? I did. It blends in with the environment. It blends in now. Okay, I don't even have any spots, so let's put away some of this dirt. Grab this. Perfect. Diesel Derek! 18 months as a mod? That's awesome. Time flies when you're having fun. Rebella Rose sent you a texture pack if you're interested in trying it out. Yeah, I do want to try it out. Are we terraforming today? Yeah. Download manually. 1.21.11. Download. The Wonder Girl knows everything. Ah. Boner Structure, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it, Boner Structure. Wise Bro streamer, you should be a singer. I would love to be a singer. Ah. I love singing. The Wonder Girl knows everything. Some of the dirt on this is like a little screwed up in this one spot, but I don't think we're gonna have a lot of this with the mountain. I think what happened was like when I ran the hollow command on this terraforming, it got a little messed up because there was old terraforming under the terraforming, and it got all confused basically. So it should only affect like these bottom few layers of the schematic, if I'm correct. Hopefully. So like, yeah, this all looks good. It's only little areas where there was like previous terraforming underneath that I built over. Oh. It's just like Animal Crossing music. If it rains, does the concrete powder harden? Thank God it does not. I would hate it if that was a mechanic. Luckily, that is not a thing. I used to worry about that too when I first got access to it because I didn't have it in my world for so many years. I didn't know how it worked. But no, the rain does not convert the concrete powder, thankfully. Thank goodness. All right, so I did grab that resource pack. Is this the one? Where is it? I think that's it. Programmer art continued. Are these the old textures? These look like old textures. Oh, the jungle looks gross. Yeah, so this is my world with the old textures, I guess. Hold on. Should we, like, fly closer to something? What does this look like over here? Oh, the chains are cursed. That does look like an old Minecraft chain, though. The jungle wood is really gross. I don't like the old jungle wood color. It doesn't look that different. The stone cutters look at that. That's kind of cursed. Wait, what would the greenhouse look like with this pack? Oh, wow. That is kind of charming. It looks very old Minecraft with the little dots. The leaves! Ew! What are those leaves? Oh, the mud! Wait a minute. This mud texture is disgusting. It looks so old Minecraft. That mud is so bad, bro. But it's actually really well done. Like, in terms of, like, the old game. Oh, dude, the chains are, like, hard to look at. They're so white. Oh my god. The chains look so cursed. The lantern! Ew! Okay, I cannot play with this pack on anymore. That was fun, though. It was kind of fun to see how they looked. It is nostalgic. Rebella is so sweet for sending that over. Everybody in the chat, give a big thank you to Rebella for sending over that pack. That was very nice of her to send that to us to try out. And it'll make a great short probably, too, for Derek. He'll be stoked on that. I'm sure that'll do well. I should probably think more about, like, more Swamp shorts while I stream, you know, like what could make a good short while I'm streaming. Whoever said the copper update was a year ago, I feel old now. Dude, time just goes by so fast. I feel like the Spring to Life update just happened and it was like well over a year ago. The Pale Garden still feels new to me, and that's coming up on 2 years old. Trial Chambers are over 2 years old. Seems so wrong in my head, man. I haven't processed anything past 1.19 yet. I don't think I've used critical thinking skills since before COVID. So you're good. What would be a dream Minecraft update for you? Honestly, the end update is a dream of mine. I'm really looking forward to whenever they finally do an end update. Beyond that, I mean, I really, like, probably the update I've always wanted, like, more so than any other one, is, I want them to go back to those old biome votes and do the mesa, the savanna, and the desert. The updates they had in mind were so cool. The baobab trees, the palm trees, the termites, the meerkats, the vultures. They had prickly pear cacti. Some of the features they showed off were so interesting and so unique, and I thought it would have been so cool if they added them, and they promised they would. And to me, when they switched over to the drop system, it seemed like that was what they were going to do. It seemed like so obvious. Okay, we're on the drop system. Now's the perfect time to go back and add those little things we promised from years ago. And they kind of did a little bit of that, but, you know, kind of with how they brought back the copper golem, for example. But they haven't done a lot more with it, with that sort of thing yet. I would love them to go back and do those. What if the end update resets your end? I mean, they were able to do a nether update without resetting people's ends, so I don't think they would do that, but it is a tough problem to solve, because it's like, if you've already built a giant end base on the end island, and then they try to change the dragon fight at all, they have to probably figure out what to do with that, you know what I mean? It's kind of like with 1.18, where they had to figure out what to do with the bedrock layer in existing worlds. But usually there's a solution that makes sense for everybody out there somewhere. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of the drop system. I feel like too much is happening too fast. I'll be real, I hear that complaint quite a bit, and I don't really get it. I think it's one of those grass is always greener types of complaints, if I'm being totally honest with you. Where it's like, all right, when the updates were once a year, they were too slow. Now they're 4 times a year and they're too fast. Like, I don't know. I personally, you know, it's all your opinion. But personally, I think if the updates are too fast for you, then just take them at your own pace. That's like a very solvable problem. Whereas if the updates are too slow for you, there's no way to solve that other than being patient. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's kind of like, you know, if it's cold out, you can always put on more layers. But if it's hot out, you can't get more naked than naked, right? It's kind of that same thing. It's like, if there's too many updates, you can just play them at your own pace. If there's not enough updates, then you're kind of out of luck. So I'd much rather have too many updates than not enough updates. I don't really understand the whole, like, oh, the drop system is too fast argument. It doesn't really resonate with me. I guess I see what people are trying to say, but the drop system is fine, but it's horrible for mod packs. That I do understand. That argument makes plenty of sense to me. I could see how the drop system puts a lot of stress on the modding community. And Java is very modding oriented, you know, so a large part of the Java community relies on mods that stay up to date. And so that I totally think that's a valid critique of the drop system. But I don't know. The whole thing that people keep saying about, like, oh, like, it's too fast and we can't, like, enjoy the updates properly before we're already on the next one. I don't know. I don't really see it. I'm like, to me, I feel like there's plenty of time to enjoy the updates before you go on to the next one. But maybe that's just me. I update slow, you know, so I'm often messing around with an update months after everybody else is already done with it, and I'm fine with that. I don't care about doing it while it's like super exciting and hype or whatever, you know what I mean? But maybe some people do. I don't know. I like the once a year. It felt like a good pace to me. I didn't understand the complaints about that. I guess it's just opinions that everyone's entitled to. I mean, maybe the solution is just twice a year. If once a year was everybody can agree was too slow, and then 4 times a year is too fast for some people, then maybe the happy medium is either 2 or 3 a year. I don't know. But I don't know. To me, I'm kind of like the more the merrier. It's great for I'm probably a little biased as a content creator because whenever they're adding new stuff to the game, that obviously really benefits me. Like, people are watching on YouTube the most when new content is coming out. So as a content creator, maybe I'm a little biased on this topic because, like I said, it super duper helps me out when they're dropping new content all the time. There's always new stuff to talk about. I agree, though. I think with what you're saying, Neon Gaming Adventures, I think the fall drop is huge. Honestly, the fall drop feels like as big as like a 1.20, which is crazy because 1.20 took a freaking year to come out. 1.20 was one of the most, like, I don't know, 1.19 and 1.20 were both very disappointing for me personally. Like, they just super under-delivered. I think people forget, like, they were the size of, like, one drop, and yet it took them, like, a year to put these updates out. Like, those 2 updates were probably the peak of my Minecraft doomerism. Not that, like, you know, camels and sniffers and chiseled bookshelves weren't cool and all that. It's just the features felt so random. I think the big updates are at their best when it's more focused. So like Tricky Trials 1.21, I think the reason it worked is because they did a big update where they put all their focus on making one perfect structure in the game. And they did it, honestly. It's like so much fun. The trial chambers are like one of my favorite parts of the game now. So it really worked. Whereas like the approach they had with 1.19 and 1.20 was like, yeah, we'll just kind of add whatever, which does kind of work for the drops when they're so frequent, but for a once a year update, that approach did not work at all. Those updates felt totally lackluster. Maybe it should be like 3 to 5 drops, then one big update. It kind of seems like that's what they had originally said was going to be the case under the drop system. We just haven't seen that big update yet. Like, but I don't know. Their communication on it has been kind of back and forth on like whether or not they're still doing big updates. If they do a big update, is it still called a drop, or is it just a bigger drop than the one before it, or is it officially called an update? You know what I mean? And I think the way that they changed the naming convention to like have the year instead of like 1.21, 1.22, you know what I mean? Indicates that probably they're just going to call them drops no matter how big they are. So we might have a tiny drop, we might have a huge drop. Either way, it's just always going to be a drop and there's no updates anymore. I'm not sure. I'm just like, or maybe when they finally do an end update, that's when they'll finally call it an update and instead of a drop. I'm not sure. This is all my speculation. Finally caught a stream. Welcome, welcome, Bread God. Welcome. I believe the next big update, people are speculating it to be a new dimension to go with Dungeons 2. Yeah, I think that could be a thing. I've seen some leaks online of like what the new dimension in Dungeons 2 might look like as well, which was kind of interesting. I don't know what to think of it all. To me, I'm very anti-new dimension. I think they should make the end great before they ever think about adding a new dimension. And personally, I think the end is very incomplete. It feels very unfinished, very lackluster to me. So I would prefer that they do an end update before they ever add a new dimension. Because I don't know, this game, Minecraft, just tends to have these scope issues over the years where they'll half implement a system that has so much potential and never come back to it for many, many, many years. And eventually, if your game has too many of those, it can just feel unfinished, like one big, like, disconnected, chaotic, project. And I think Minecraft is definitely teetering on the edge of that. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different systems in the game that feel like they need attention at this point. Sniffers don't really do anything. Archaeology feels a little half-baked. Enchanting really needs an update. Villager trading feels like it needs an update. Minecarts don't really make sense within the transportation systems in the game. There's just, like, the list goes on and on and on and on and on, right? So then if we add a whole new dimension on top of that when the end still feels super unfinished, I don't know, man. You're just making that list so big. So personally, I'm anti new update. Or sorry, not anti new update. Anti new dimension until we see an end update is what I was trying to say. What's your opinion on the rebalanced villager trading thing? Oh, I hated the approach they took for it. I mean, I'm very biased, but because the way they did it would basically ruin villager trading in super flat. But I mean, even from a non-biased perspective, I think it's like just the totally wrong way to approach fixing villagers. Forcing you to bring them all over the world when, again, the transportation system in Minecraft is so annoying. And, like, I mean, I guess Happy Gas kind of make it a little better in this instance, but for the most part, I just hated every idea in the villager trade rebalance. Yo, Sneak Snag! What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. My name's Mogswamp. I got a 14-year-old super flat survival world that I've been playing in ever since 2012. And today, we are building a giant mountain in my world. So this is the terraforming we're working on today. Just getting started. Let me give you guys a sneak peek. If I change this Lighmatica from single layer to all, it's going to be really laggy, but there we go. Now you can see the full mountain that we're building. It's going to be absolutely insane. So we just started that today. We've been procrastinating on this mountain for like 4 years, and we're finally doing it. God damn! God damn! God damn! Ah. Yeah, I think we want to go around and just do the whole perimeter of the mountain. By the way, just let me know if the music gets too loud or anything. I'm just listening to video game tunes. What's up, Alex the Manic? How's it going? The sleeping little kitty? Oh yeah, that's my cat Miko. He's the best. That's the Miko cam. Shout out the Miko cam. Thanks to our corporate sponsors. No, I'm just kidding. That would be cool. What if Miko got sponsored? Who should sponsor Miko? Maybe Meow Mix? I don't even know what food I get. I can't even remember the brand. The type of food I get from him. Is it Purina? That sounds right. It might be Purina. No, I don't even know. What is it called? Anyways, it's salmon flavored. He loves salmon. Just like me. Just like his dear old dad. I love salmon, dude. Seattle has the best salmon ever since I moved here. It is Purina. I knew it. Yo, Purina, sponsor my cat, please. Need more dirt. What are you working on? Giant Mountain. How old is Miko? Miko's about 4.5, I think. Somewhere in there. He was a stray when I got him, so I don't really know for surezies. Happy for Miko that he got a good owner. Oh, that's so sweet. That's such a sweet thing to say. Stupid cat hair is getting in my mouse. Does that ever happen to you guys, cat owners with laser mouses? Who's got a trackball mouse in 2026? If any of you in the chat in 2026 has a trackball mouse, I don't even know what I'll do. That would be crazy, though. You do, King Kalo? There's no shot. We still got trackball mouses in 2026? That's so wild. I've been using the same one since 2021. Okay, we've been on laser mouses since, like, 2005, though. So, like, what what happened there? Some of you in chat probably don't even remember trackball mouses. Or do you guys... Are there people in chat who are, like, too young to remember when keyboards didn't have the trackpad? Or, sorry, laptops didn't have a trackpad, and it was just, like, a little felt bump on the keyboard that you would, like, have to use your finger to move around? It was horrible. It would make your finger hurt so bad. I remember those and I hated it. Yeah, because they sucked. And then cleaning the gunk. Dude, cleaning the gunk out of your trackball mouse was the worst. It was so gross. Worse than any gamer gunk you'll see today. What were you guys doing in Sneak's stream today, by the way? Raiders? You guys doing anything fun? Did The Last of Us show get canceled? Are they finishing it? What's going on with that? I only watched the first season. How long until you get to 1 million dirt mined? I'm at almost 6 million dirt mined, homie. Season 3 is supposed to come out in 2027. Season 2 was rated super low. Yeah, that's what I heard. But also, I didn't really play the game. I, like, watched the Let's Play. So, I don't know. Sometimes with stuff like that, people are mad who, like, are too attached to the source material. You know what I mean? Like, I keep meeting people who are huge fans of Fallout New Vegas who didn't like Fallout Season 2. Which is crazy to me, because Fallout Season 2 was so good. But I never played New Vegas, so there must be something that differs from the game that's pissing off these gamers, because I don't know what they're seeing that they didn't like. It was so sick. Good music for the Pillager raid. Sephiroth! Bum 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 bum. God, this song is so crazy. God, this song is so sick! Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Aren't raid farms, like, really inefficient now? There are some that are still really, really good. Tank Cat's raid farm for post 1.21 is still insanely efficient. They're just a little different with how they work. Okay. One shulker of dirt gone, and our shulker of grass is gone. So let's put these away. Is there a build you wanted to make but never got the chance? I mean, this mountain is one of them. I've been trying to build this forever. But there's a lot of builds over the years that I've wanted to make and never gotten the chance to. But it's never too late. Never say never. Wait, what was the two that I ran out of? I ran out of grass, and then I ran out of dirt, right? There we go. Bum 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 bum. When are you gonna hit 6 million dirt mine? I mean, I could hit it like today if I wanted to, but I just locked in on this mountain right now, so it's really just whenever I decide to mine dirt next. Because we're only like 100k away. That 100k dirt only takes like an hour or two to mine. I think 100k is like maybe 3 to 4 hours of dirt mining. Maybe like probably closer to 4.5. But it's not that crazy. It's like, you know, one good session in a day and you can get 100k. Did you like the Odyssey movie? I loved it. I mean, it's Nolan, right? Nolan's just Christopher Nolan. He's the GOAT, man. He's such a good director. Always just a pleasure to see whatever he cooks up, man. I mean, Odyssey's not even like my cup of tea, really. I would say like most of his other films are much closer to what I would normally like to watch, like Oppenheimer, like historical fiction, love it. Interstellar, sci-fi, love it. Inception's sort of like in that thriller mind F genre, love it, you know what I mean? So, but like action, you know, classic epic, not like the normal thing I would go to see or like be excited about seeing, but like it's Nolan, so it was awesome, you know what I mean? You know, like he's like the whole reason superhero movies went insane partially was Nolan, you know what I mean? I know Spider-Man did really well before that, but like a lot of it was the Dark Knight trilogy. It shaped so much of culture in the 2010s, and so like any genre the dude touches ends up being, you know, his take on it ends up being legendary. As a Greek, it is terrible, not even close to accurate. How can something be accurate if it's a story like you know the Odyssey didn't happen, right? Like you know the Odyssey didn't actually happen. So like it's all up for interpretation. There's no such thing as not accurate because it's not a real thing that happened. You could say it's not accurate to the book. But there's you know there's tons of movies that aren't super accurate to the book, like The Shining, famously amazing movie, not that accurate to the book by Stephen King, but still incredibly good movie. Not all adaptations like have to be judged on their accuracy to the source material. I think it helps a lot, especially for like newer properties, like we were talking about games, right? So like for something like Fallout or something newer, I think it helps to stick to the source material. For like something older, though, I think the artist's interpretation is kind of like the whole point. You know what I mean? Like it's like when different directors do Romeo and Juliet. Like it's not like you've never heard the story before. You're more going to see this director's interpretation of the story. You know what I mean? He probably means accurate to the original story, which it really wasn't. Yeah, but again, I think that's totally fine with something like a classic from you know, so long ago. I guess, like, to some people, source material is just sacred. Like, you know, you can make the same argument for Marvel. They change everything from the comics to make more sense for the MCU, you know? So that's not accurate to the comic books, you know what I mean? Like, I guess you do have people complaining about that. No, but it was an awesome movie. Are you planning on playing other games for your stream in the future? Definitely, definitely. I've been wanting to try out some other games, especially ever since I had so much fun playing Alumeria. We can just keep going down this mountain, dude. Since when does every game soundtrack sound like a movie? I put on this game soundtracks playlist on Spotify thinking it would be like all fun video game music, and instead it's just all like cinematic tracks. It's all like PlayStation game music. I was hoping for like Nintendo, you know what I mean? What are we out of now? Wait, what? Genuinely, what goes there? Concrete butter? Okay. Let's go grab some more of that. And we can sleep, hopefully. You should put on some synthwave. I'm down for some synthwave. Gotta love this song. Except I've trained my brain to think it's the end of the stream when I hear this song. Oh, God, why can't I drink? Ah! Ah! I spilled so... Why? Only Monster this happens to me with. I don't know why. It just, like, goes through my beard. Ugh. Alright, one sec. I gotta wash off. Alright. Epic X6, thank you for the tier 1, dude. Happy hump day to you too, man. Thank you for the 17 months. That's crazy. Thank you for the support, bro. Appreciate that. Oh, excuse me. All right, concrete powder. Ugh. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm so burpy from this stupid monster. Do you plan on continuing this series where you beat all the super flat presets? If so, when? Definitely. I don't know if I'm going to get out another one this year or not. But yeah, I definitely will. We'll continue the series. Probably going to do Overworld next. Sorry if the frame rate's a little bad, guys. It's just this Lightmatica schematic is so huge that I'm getting a little bit framey right now. Great song. What's today's plan? We're building a mountain, Semi. Oh, I'm so locked in right now, bro. There we go. Let's zoom out and just see how much we've done. Not bad. Starting to get there. You have to light up the ground underneath, or do you have a mob switch? I do have a mob switch on, but also I don't have to really light up the ground underneath because it's all bedrock. So the bedrock doesn't really need... Just getting all this concrete powder that dropped down. How long have you played Minecraft? I've played 11 years since I was 2. Oh my god, that makes me feel so old. I have played for 15 years. Or 16 years, maybe. No, I think 15. I've been playing for 15 years. Did you finish placing all the water for the grass? Not yet, Gwendolyn. We still got just this right here, just this stuff. Everything else is good to go. Then we'll use the water machines to clear them out, and then it'll just be dirt left. And then I also want to extend the square out to here, I think, on the top and bottom. And then we'll dig this entire thing down to bedrock. It's going to be so insane, dude. Hey, Mog, do you already have a plan for what's going to be around the mountain? Like, not a ton of plans. I'm always happy to hear suggestions. I have, like, some loose ideas and some sketches in creative mode and stuff, but nothing, like, crazy concrete yet. let's put these here now. Cool. God, this would be so much faster if concrete powder didn't need the dirt below it, man. Funny enough, that's where most of the dirt in this mountain schematic actually goes, is to holding up the concrete powder. There's more dirt for holding up concrete powder than there is grass, which is really funny. Grab even more dirt. Mog made me buy Twitch Turbo because I don't enjoy ads. Thanks for the Twitch Turbo, man. And thanks for the Prime Coffee Roo. Thank you. Chat, if you got Amazon Prime, you can get a free sub and get no ads that way. It's true. If you or someone you know has Amazon Prime and they're not using it on their Twitch account, you can just link the Amazon account to your Twitch account, and then you get one free Prime sub per month, and you don't get any ads. It's kind of cool. Kind of neat. So much concrete powder, dude. I'm just thinking about all the sand and gravel that went into all this. All right, let's see here. What is the lowest rung? Is it this one? Yeah. We're on the right level. Ooh, it's thunder. It's lightning. Lightning. How many dirt goes into this build? I believe there's like about 50K in the whole schematic. Which is funny, because this mountain was the whole reason I did that short, to dig all the dirt. And I ended up getting... I ended up having to dig 5 million instead of 50K. So I was off by a couple zeros there. Dang, you can go so much faster when you're not having to worry about the concrete powder. It really slows me down. Okay. Let's do a quick refill. The lightning is making this so much more intense, bro. With the synthwave, it's kind of a vibe. And there's also a police siren in real life outside my house. It just sounds very cyberpunk. The lightning, the sirens, and the synthwave. Whoa, we got a trap horse. I think I got all 4 horses. Nice. Yay. Ma getting pressured by the cops to finish this. Legit. We have you surrounded. Do not come outside until you finish the mountain. Instead of like, come out with your hands up, they're like, if you come out of your house, we'll shoot. You gotta finish your Minecraft mountain, bro. Making that round up skeleton horses goal harder. Oh, they've just been accumulating more and more and more since I ever wrote down that goal. There's so many scattered all around my world. It's gonna take so long to round them all up eventually. Voided Croissant, thank you for the prime, dude. I appreciate that support so much. Thank you very, very much. Shout out Voided Croissant for realsies. A skeleton horse racetrack would be fire. That would be fire. We could do it in the nether, too. Like in the soul speed biome or whatever. The soul biome. What's it called? Soul Sand Valley? It's so addicting filling this in, but I need to keep going around the mountain. We must keep pushing further this way. Okay, right here. Is this the right level? Yeah. 1 down. I'm just trying to like go all the way around the mountain at this 1 Y level right here. And once we complete the full loop, then we can start working our way up. God, this rain is lagging my world, bro. Are you still playing Alumeria? I definitely took a break since the last stream, but I do want to do one more stream, I think, maybe. Like a short one, just to, like, defeat the sandworm and do the last couple things that I didn't get a chance to do, get the last achievement, stuff like that. Have you tried Terraria? I have, yeah. Do you think you'd still be playing this world if you weren't doing YouTube? I think I would be, but nowhere near to the same extent that I play it. Like, it would probably be, like, way, way simpler. You know what I mean? Let's see. I think this is the level I want, right? Yeah. Yo, another raid! P-Porp, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. Hope you were peeing and porping. Let's see. Shout out P-Porp? Is that how I do this? P-Porp. Woo! Today, raiders, we are working on a giant mountain in my super flat world. It's been pretty fun so far. It's been a grand old time. All right, just building it up a couple layers. Something like that. This is a big mountain, dude. How did you get netherite and elytra if it's super flat? Well, what basically happened was when they lowered the world height in the 1.18 update to allow for building down to -64, they didn't actually change the bedrock layer in super flat worlds. And this means that for older super flat worlds, you can actually break the bedrock and build down to -64 that way. But this had the unintended consequence of making a bunch of structures that didn't used to spawn in superflat start spawning. So one of the examples is strongholds, which allowed me to go to the end for the first time ever after 8 years of playing. And then through the end, I got the elytra and the shulker boxes. Now, when it comes to netherite, you were always able to get to the nether in superflat. And the nether's never been flat in superflat until very recently with this flat all dimensions experiment they're working on. But yeah, other than that, the nether's always just been normal in super flat. So you just get netherite the normal way. I would have always been able to get netherite if it was in the game. But it wasn't in the game until 1.16, and once they added it, I could get it right away. And the way that you go to the Nether in Super Flat Worlds is you use the lava and the water from villages. Okay, I think that's the level we want to be at here. Actually, didn't you go to the end in 1.16 due to a different bug? So what happened was, yes, in 1.16.2, strongholds started spawning in brand new super flat worlds, but not in old super flat worlds. So I used an NBT editor to make strongholds start spawning in 1.16 because it didn't feel fair that new worlds could get it, but old worlds couldn't. So I used an NBT editor to do that, and then an update or two later in 1.18, I would have gotten access to the end anyhow, so it ended up not really mattering. But I basically got like a year head start on going to the end because I did that change. So you cheated for no reason? If you want to call it cheating, yeah. Essentially, yes. But I really don't care too much because, like I said, I would have gotten access anyways. You know what I mean? So it's more like I gave myself a little head start on having access to the end. It's like unintentional early access. My go-to cheater streamer. The Giga Chad. What's up, Vico Studio? So you started 100. So you started 10 meters ahead in the 100 meter. Kind of, except that there's nobody else in the race. If there was a lot of super flat players out there and I was the only one who did that, there would be a case for it being kind of cheaty. But since I'm kind of the only guy, it's not really like a competition. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like all the other super flat players had a disadvantage. There are none. Get all this dirt in here. All right. Is this the lowest level or is that the lowest level? No, that's the lowest level. Right here. The super flat tournaments. If there were others, there would have been nothing stopping them reaching out to you to ask how to do it for themselves. Yeah, true. What's going to happen to the village? The village under the mountain is just going to stay exactly how it is. All those villagers are probably dead a long time ago, so. All right, let's get some dirt. Out again, wow. We are just gonna tear through this concrete powder, I can already tell. I have not seen the new Avatar movie. How was it? Worth going and checking out. I think before I watched it, I would want to like probably rewatch the show. I only really watched it as a kid, so it's not very. It's very, very hazy in my memory. I don't really remember much. I remember the cabbages guy. I remember the funny scene where the kid trips balls in the desert because of cactus juice. Uh, that's kind of it. I remember Toph. Is that her name? Rewatch it, then watch the movie? Yeah. I think that would be the play. But it would take me a while to rewatch the show probably. Besides, I'm watching One Piece right now. Can't be starting another anime. I guess Avatar's not technically an anime, but it's like the most anime Western cartoon I've ever seen. I will rewatch it with you, please. Okay, sure. What do you think about the Minecraft movie Squared? I think it's going to be really good. I have a feeling that in the first movie, they were like a little nervous. They weren't sure it was going to work. They still kind of cared. And I have a feeling in the second movie, they're like, oh, well, that worked really well. Now we can just do whatever we want. And I have a big feeling it's going to be even more ridiculous and like just way more insane in general and way funnier. I actually think it's going to be better than the first one. My theory on the second Minecraft movie is that like now they really just don't care anymore and they're just going to do whatever they want. Whereas in the first one, they were like a little bit nervous still that people would like it and react to it. Now they don't have the first time jitters, so I think they're just gonna make it even more ridiculous than the first one was. And I think it's gonna be awesome, to be honest. Insider info? I actually don't have insider info. These are just my theories. It's just the vibe I'm getting from the trailers and stuff is like, they're like, all right, I guess we don't have to care anymore. Or not the trailers, but you know, the reveal stuff they've shown. The like Matthew Berry teaser thing they put out with Minecon. I don't know. To me, the franchise seems really fun for them. Like, they're kind of like, wow, we never get to do fun movies because they don't make money, but this one does. So we can just all do whatever we want and have fun, which is rare in Hollywood, I feel like, these days. Not so rare in, like, the early 2000s. That was kind of like the vibe. But now, Hollywood's, like, a lot more serious, it feels like. The like, mid-budget, like, 2000s comedy movie totally died when DVD sales stopped being a thing. So I think in a lot of ways the Minecraft movie feels like it's from like a bygone era. Nope. So I'm sure the cast has a lot of fun with it because like those types of movies don't like super get made anymore. I just fell again. Oh my god. Yeah, those types of movies don't like super get made anymore, but they look really fun to be in. Like, you can tell that Jack Black came up with that Lava Chicken song on set and they were like, screw it, let's put it in the movie. That doesn't happen with like a serious movie. You know what I mean? Like, unless the actor is super duper respected and has earned the right to do their own like improv. Like, you know what I mean? Like, usually they're not making stuff up as they go along. But with this kind of movie, you can kind of just do that. You can just kind of be goofy and see where it leads. So, I don't know. It seems like a fun movie to take part in. I'm sure the actors really like being part of the Minecraft franchise, if I had to guess. Because it probably pays ridiculously well. They make a ton of money, and they probably have a lot of fun. And I'm guessing that's like a pretty rare scenario in Hollywood. I mean, I don't know the most about Hollywood, but pretty sure that's what Kirsten Dunst said about doing the movie as a fun project. It's exactly like there's no like fun movies anymore that like don't matter. They're all like really big, like serious. I mean, part of it is that the budget for these films has gotten so crazy, so they have to do well, you know. But I think with the Minecraft movie, they can just kind of ride off the Minecraft IP and then make whatever they want. It's kind of cool. Speaking of riding off the Minecraft IP, man, that news that came out about Xbox really made me mad. I've been wanting to talk about this on stream for a while, but supposedly, I mean, I guess this is something we all could have like guessed, but it's one thing to like guess it and another thing to be told it so blatantly. But basically, Xbox and Microsoft have been basically propped up by Minecraft for years now. So essentially, Microsoft has been taking the incredible amount of money that that Minecraft prints and reinvesting it in everything else at Xbox because Xbox is just bleeding money at all times. Ever since they tried making the Game Pass, it just hasn't panned out for them. So they were trying to be like the Netflix of gaming. Didn't really work out so far. And apparently, this is all just being subsidized by Minecraft for years at this point. And the reason that makes me mad is because Minecraft is such a successful property. Imagine if all of those profits had been reinvested right back into the game. Mojang could be pumping out updates. They could have all the resources in the world to put on more Minecons and live events. They could have all the resources in the world to do more marketing for their game, to do whatever really. They could be doing crazy stuff with all that money, and instead, all that money is essentially stolen by Microsoft and then reallocated to a bunch of failing projects that Xbox is working on. It makes me really mad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no wonder, bro. No wonder. Microsoft has basically been putting the handicap on Mojang for years now. And it also makes sense, though, why Microsoft is so hands-off with Mojang. I never quite understood why Microsoft lets them do whatever they want. Well, now we get it. It's because Minecraft gets to do whatever they want because they're bankrolling the entire company. It's like you can't really tell Mojang what to do if they're funding all of Xbox. You kind of, that's what that buys them is autonomy. So I guess it's a trade-off. It's like on the one hand, Minecraft could really benefit from keeping all that money and reinvesting it into the game, right? On the other hand, I guess the amount of money that they've been printing for Microsoft has caused Microsoft to be more hands-off. So I guess that's a plus. Hank, dude, thank you for the tier 1. It's your 3-month sub anniversary. Well, thank you so much for the 3 months of support, dude. That means a lot to me. Happy sub-anniversary. Yo, Mog, Proton TV said, yo, do you have any advice for me? I'm trying to become a streamer. What would be the advice? Honestly, I'm not the best person to ask about streaming as much as, like, I feel like I have a really good grasp on YouTube. When it comes to streaming, I feel like much more of a novice, much more of a beginner. That being said, I think, like, what I've learned about streaming is that it's really hard to grow through streaming alone. Honestly, my biggest advice for you as a beginning streamer is to build up your audience elsewhere before you even spend your time streaming. Because if you can get a following on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram and then bring those people to your stream, you'll have such an easier time. It's so hard to grow on Twitch organically. There's no real discoverability on the platform. So my biggest recommendation if you want to be a streamer is to become some sort of other social media influencer first, and then you can bring your audience over to your live streams. Because, like I said, live stream discoverability isn't really a thing on any platform, to be real. YouTube's mostly a platform for video, and Twitch just doesn't really have a homepage that helps you find new streamers. It's just not really how their platform works. So, yeah, my biggest advice to a new streamer is probably put streaming on hold and go work on your YouTube channel or your Instagram or your TikTok. And then once you have a little bit of a following, you can bring those people over to your stream, and it's much easier to stream when you've got a few people in the chat to talk to than when you're just all by yourself for hours on end. I need more dirt. Why is this so satisfying? It just is, man. I love Lighmatica. Oh god, the sun is starting to rise. Well, have a nice stream, y'all. Best of luck, Mog. Oh man, it's late for you, huh? Good night, dude. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for staying up late and hanging out. That was fun. Alrighty. Okay, where is the bottom? This level, right? Alrighty. Keep going around the side here. We got some acacia. Oh, I can see the lighthouse in the distance. That means we're almost done, wrapped around on the first layer. The nice thing about this is each layer we go up will take shorter and shorter time as we go around the mountain, right? Because it'll get skinnier and skinnier as we get towards the top. So each layer as we move up towards the top of the peak will go by faster and faster and faster. So that's kind of nice. The synthwave vibes were the right call. Thank you, chatter. Whoever suggested that. Appreciate the suggestion. How do you stay motivated for such an enormous project? Oh, man. I love breaking down projects like this into a material list, and then first I go through the material list one by one and cross off each material one at a time, and it's so satisfying. It's like crossing things off on a grocery list. So that's a very enjoyable process. And then after that, once you have all the materials gathered, you can just start filling things in. And honestly, for me, I'm having to do so much like creative thinking when I'm designing things and you know, editing things, that being able to just veg out, turn my brain off, and fill in a Lightmatica while I watch some YouTube videos or some of my favorite TV shows is so much fun. Like, this is like one of my favorite things to do in the game, is like once everything's all designed, all I have to do is fill it in Lightmatica. It's all set up for me. I've got all the materials ready to go. Now I can just turn my brain off and spend hours and hours vegging out, watching my favorite content, you know, catching up on the news, whatever it may be. I just hang out and I fill in the Lightmatica schematic, and it's so relaxing and fun. Like, because my job as a YouTuber, most of my days are like I said, doing really creative, heavy work that's like very taxing. So like if I'm designing something in creative mode in Minecraft, that's like very creative work. It's very tiring. Same with editing something, same with script writing for a new short or a video. All that work can be really creatively draining. And so having to not be creative for a second and just like actually completely turn my brain off can be such a nice break from my usual day to day. So it might look boring to you, but to me, it's like such a fun way to unwind. Lightmatica is such a lifesaver. Yeah, it's really cool, man. Like, I used to be pretty, I wouldn't say anti-Lightmatica, but like I didn't want to use it myself, and I was definitely like, I would definitely like judge people who used it a little bit, because like to me, it just seemed too cheaty or something. But over the years, as I've used it more, I've sort of realized that like the parts I love about this game are like the creative aspect and the, you know, the designing, the resource gathering, and the actual placing of the blocks is honestly the least fun part. It's like the most, you know I just went on that whole rant about how relaxing it is, but that's with Lightmatica. Without Lightmatica, copying something from creative into survival is absolutely miserable. Uh, and yeah, it's like, it's not like there's much skill involved with placing the blocks. It's just tedious. And at the end of the day, I only get one life. If I'm gonna spend a lot of my life placing blocks in a virtual digital game, I might as well like not make it needlessly hard for myself. You know what I mean? I'm already giving up such a huge portion of my time on this planet to do the seemingly completely pointless task of placing digital blocks in a 3D, you know, virtual world. Like, I shouldn't make it any worse than it already is. So like really the art part of Minecraft is the part that's fun for me and rewarding for me. And to me, it's not like there's art in placing down the blocks. You know what I mean? That's not the part that's like artistic. I put on the texture pack that makes all the new blocks look like the programmer art. It looks so good to me. Thanks for checking it out. I would have never known it. Villager LARPer, that's such a sweet message. I'm glad you ended up vibing with the pack so much. I actually like it a lot too. It's very nostalgic. And again, shout out, thank you again to Rebella for sending that in the chat. That was so kind of you. Someone ended up really liking it. Yippee! 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 All right, which level are we on? I think it's this level. This part is a little bit harder to fill in because it's steeper, so there's like more blocks that I don't have in my inventory right now. I love this trail of fallen concrete powder wherever I've been. Okay. How do you come up with these perfect ideas? That's funny. I wouldn't say my ideas are perfect. I just work really hard on refining them. Like this mountain's been in the works for like 4 years. And guaranteed if I had just made the original version of what I had in mind, it would have looked like crap. You know, your first idea is never your best idea. So a lot of it is just refining the ideas consistently over the years, you know? Where is the rest of this dang schematic? Is there no backside to this mountain? Okay, that's where the line stops on this side. So we're going to have to keep going up. I didn't realize that my parents had people coming over to look at the house and they randomly walked in my room and scared the hell out of me. Sorry to hear that. Got jump scared. Do I have room for all these? Probably I do. Which one was that? That was the lime terracotta. All right, let's put back the lime terracotta, and then we'll get another box and sleep. So This goes in here. Grab one of these. And go to bed. Do you have the OG Minecraft handbooks? I don't have those, no. If you were to invite one person to help come build all the amazing builds, who would it be and why? It would be Rebella Rose. And actually, it's not even a hypothetical, because she helps me with all the builds in my Flat World. Okay. Can we start going down now? All right, let's see. So I had to go quite a bit up there because this part of the mountain doesn't even exist in the schematic. But it looks like we are now high enough to make it back to the beach, so we can just keep continuing at this level, I guess. This is hard. I'm using my brain too much. I was saying how relaxing this usually is, but the part that I'm working on right now is a little bit focus intensive. Huh. Okay. Oh, I never put down this shulker. I have too much moss. The frick? Where's the moss box? Don't even have one? All right. Almost a full loop. Ah! Guess we should go as low as it lets us. Oops. Ah! I'll send you the handbooks, but that be pretty difficult. And I got stuff I'm doing myself. Someday I am going to. Someday I am going to open a PO box. This year, I need to get. I need to do it. I need to do it in August. I'm gonna do it in August. That is my promise. I'll get around to it. It's been on my to-do list for months, bro. Some weird stuff going on there. Okay. Are you building a really big rock or a mountain? It's a mountain. Did you get the Miko stroller from the subathon? I did. He loves it too. I should really make a short about taking him on a walk. I think I had said I would. People, I'm sure you guys would love another Miko short. I'm sure you guys would never say no to a Miko short. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to connecting up. How often do you walk little Mimi's in the stroller? I would say once every couple weeks. Probably should do it at least once a week. It's so cute. Sometimes he asks for it. On like a really nice day, he'll sit next to the stroller and meow. It's really cute. It's funny. Everything chat's ever gotten him on those subathon streams has been like a huge hit with him. Like they got him the green donut in the first subathon, the green donut bed thing, and he loves that thing. And then this year we got him the stroller and the like window bed, and both of them like he loves that window bed. It's like one of those suction cup window beds. It's so cute when he lays in it. So chat is really good at picking out presents for Miko. Chat has a really good track record. All right, we have made it around to the side of the mountain. So I guess we can start going like this way. All right, I'm just gonna work this up a little bit. Because there is, in the schematic, basically these cliffs here along the beach are very, like, red-brown. So it's gonna be a bunch of blocks we don't have in our inventory, so I'm gonna go up a little bit to where there's more grass so we can start filling all this in. All right, let's take a look at the map. Oh, snappers. So all we got to do is fill in everything in here, in here, in here, and here, and go all the way up to the peak of the summit. But we've got like a full perimeter. We actually have like a full perimeter. Let's go. Mog was good. What's up, Agent Crispy? How's it going? Alrighty, building up this little hill here. More sirens, they're onto you. You guys can hear that? That's funny. I wasn't sure if you could. Something about synthwave music and sirens together makes everything feel so cyberpunk. Was that a fart? I did not fart, no. And I always admit to it. I never lie. Always gotta own your farts. If you can own your fart, then you can own anything you're putting out into the world. So the farts don't own you? Nope. Yeah, exactly. You can't let the farts own you. Take ownership of your farts or they'll take ownership of you. That's kind of beautiful. All right, I think I want to work on filling this in right here. Because if we can, then we can get another little ring of the mountain done and connect it up. This song's really good. I'm going to add this one to my playlist. Where is my playlist? Cryo Sleep. Bam. Thank you. Been working on that one. Mog, I came back from the bathroom. What the F are you talking about? Ate an entire pizza on my own. I did that the other night. It was not great. Oh, is that why I've been pooping so bad? I'm lactose intolerant. Thanks, Rebella. Part feels very fast after that last painful section. So hard to talk when I'm doing this sometimes. I literally just like get too locked in. Oh my gosh. You drank a whole bottle of mustard? That sounds so gross. Oh, that's so gross. One time, I opened the fridge at my friend's house and the steak sauce, like his fridge's shelf was broken. So the steak sauce fell out and burst on the floor. And you know, it's A1 steak sauce, like delicious, right? For some reason, when there's that quantity of steak sauce out in the open, it is like the most putrid smell you can ever possibly imagine. Like just unbearably horrible. I can't imagine a worse smell. Which is so weird because, you know, if you have it in appropriate amounts, it obviously smells delicious. I threw up all the mustard in the sink an hour later, by the way. Well, yeah. My mom was pissed. Alright, let's see here. Grab more of that. I've never been able to live it down. Never been able to wash it down, more like it. God, that just sounds so gross. Why is your skin some old geezer? It's my high school teacher, my biology teacher. He was just kind of a funny dude, and I loved drawing him. He's a really goofy guy. What happened to our moss shulker bogs? I feel like we lost one. Not that it really matters. But yeah, my high school bio teacher was just a weirdo kind of like character. I used to draw him all the time. He was just like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. He was just like a character that like everybody in the school would like just understand if you like brought him up. You know what I mean? So I made my Minecraft skin into him and I just never changed it. He had a real walrus look to him. Very walrus core aesthetic. All right. Grab some more dirt, or grass, I should say. Have you ever gotten carpal tunnel from a massive project like this? Yes, actually. I don't think it's actually carpal tunnel. Pretty sure it's tendonitis. it used to happen to me a lot more before I got a nice desk chair. So if you're ever experiencing carpal tunnel or tendonitis, it's likely like an ergonomics thing because I am on the computer for hours and hours a day and I don't have any pain anymore. So it was like the way I was sitting and using my desk that was wrong. So if you are experiencing any of that personally, like unless you're literally doing like 16-hour days at your computer, you're probably sitting wrong. And it's probably like the height of your hands or your wrists or your head. Like usually a lot of it's to do with like the height of your monitor, the height of your keyboard, all that sort of thing. Are you happy about the new drop of building blocks? Yes, I am. The new drop looks incredible. I think it's my favorite drop so far. It's amazing. The cushions are so cool too. Yeah, very excited for the entire dappled forest drop. That's going to be amazing. Just like so much to it. New biome, the straw beds, the wool, stairs and slabs, the cushion, new tree type, new leaves. It's so good, man. It's so good. The center of your monitor should be just below eye level when sitting. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Will you be able to get the red bushes? It looks like red bushes are the only thing I can't get so far in the new update. Oh, wait. I should probably grab... Dude, more sirens? What is going on today? You got 2 dimes stuck up your nose? Ew. What are you guys doing? Why are you drinking mustard and putting coins up your nose? What is going on? Am I babysitting right now? Like, what is happening? You were just chilling and your sister came and shoved them up your nose? That's insane. That's assault. This family is a nightmare. What is going on in this house? Leland! Leland! Do do do. This song reminds me so much of Sweden. I was listening to my AirPods a lot when I went to visit Sweden because I was all alone on the trip. And I discovered this song. Same guy who did Resonance. It's by Home, but I listened to it a lot on that trip just walking around Stockholm. Such a vibe. You have a catio? Oh, I'm jealous of that. I would love to get a catio. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at all that new dirt getting filled in. Okay. That is a huge area filled through this little passage here, and I think this is where the mountain turns. That feels good to get done. Okay. The chat trying to help this poor soul. Okay. Getting a bunch of acacia logs that we can't fill in at this point. So, what's the next play? We've got this whole ring done. We could work on filling in a lot of the grass out here. Or we could just start going up the mountain. I feel like we should try to start filling in grass over here. Oh, is this where that moss box went? No? It's just a lime one? Okay. Mog trying to open a concrete block. Shush. Alright, let's see. Yeah, these will go quite a way down. Maybe, like, that's our lowest level. And we work our way up from there. I think that could work. Thanks, Rose. I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of snacky. What about you, Rose? You hungry at all? I had that lunch, but I'm still kind of hungry. I'm snacky. Yeah, I'm also snacky. But maybe I should just wait till dinner. What time is it? 8:16 already? Oh my god. I did not think it was that late. I thought it was like 6 o'clock. Okay, I'll just wait till dinner. Dude, those purple floating things, I don't know why. It looked like an Enderman staring at me. Do you see it? Do you see the Enderman eyes? I like looked up and I was like, oh my god. It looks like an Enderman looking at me. Oh, it's so creepy. They're angry you cyberpunked their world. Imagine if that was like a prank show, Cyberpunked with Ashton Kutcher. You need to make more Cyberpunk builds? I do want to expand the end dimension pretty soon. I have been working on some ideas for it. Because I need to build a new building in the end. I need like a proper collection system for my sand duper. So I've been thinking I'll extend the city. You should do something like the Half-Life 2 Combine buildings. Yeah, that'd be cool. What did I run out of? Lime? No. Powder? No. Moss, maybe? No. Wait, what did I run out of? I thought I ran out of something. Am I tripping, dude? Grass. I'm out of grass. Ah. Okay. Grass blocks. Okay. Say, Mog, you have issue with your sand duper collection system? You want to help me with it? You're welcome to help. I gotta find a good design for one. I don't really know how they work. Need more lime terracotta. Rocking with the song, can you name drop? It is Isotopic Shift by Pyromed. Isotopic Shift by Pyromed. Bruh, can we get some grass going? If you didn't have Ligmatica, how long do you think this would take? Oh, months. Legit months. Do you plan to finish it today? I'm gonna try to finish it tomorrow. But not streaming or anything, just off stream. It's crazy how much you can do in super flat. It is kind of crazy, isn't it? Crazy how far you can get. Especially, like, I don't know, it kind of hit me when I was playing Alumeria because you can't really do anything in super flat in that game. And it, like, made me realize, like, how, like, I don't know, just, like, how random it is that, like, everything lines up with super flat. All the mechanics in the game, like, line up perfectly so that you can do so much. I keep trying to open this stupid terracotta block. Alright, this looks to be the end of this layer. Oh my goodness. Have you ever played an instrument? I played trumpet in elementary school, but Other than that, not really. Tried learning guitar. Tried learning keyboard. Nothing stuck. Just couldn't put in the time or the dedication. Same with me in learning a language. Yeah, the upper parts of the mountain are going to be way more annoying, to be honest, guys, because right now we only have a few blocks in the palette with the grass. You know, I think there's like 5 different blocks, plus the dirt, makes 6. But as we get to the upper parts of the mountain, we're going to be dealing with a lot more different types of blocks, which is going to make this process infinitely more tedious. Constantly having to go to our shulkers and grab more stuff. And constantly just managing all the blocks in our inventory, it's going to get old fast. Have you seen the Odyssey? If so, what's your rating out of 10? I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It's great. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Let's just turn on the whole schematic real quick. I'm curious. So we've done this little strip here. We're going to go like up this whole hill, connect to there. Can work on this whole area. Okay. I think we can fill in a lot pretty quick here. You hate the Odyssey. Why do you hate the Odyssey? What am I out of? I've got grass, lime terracotta, powder, cobble, moss. I'm just out of dirt, I think. You thought the movie with magical monsters was too unrealistic. That was your complaint? Okay, let's see. I mean, accurate? No. We had someone in here earlier saying the same thing. I think, like, if you're looking for book accuracy, probably it's not quite there. I mean, I don't really want to like go see like a 600-year-old book that's like perfectly accurate. Like I want to see the modern take on it. You know what I mean? Like if Nolan was gonna do like Romeo and Juliet, I wouldn't want it to be like bar for bar how it is in the book. I'd want him to put his own spin on it. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like, I don't know, if you're doing a classic, I feel like that's kind of the point. Is like it's the story's been told 1,000 times, so you might as well uh put some unique spin on there. Where'd my grass go? Okay. How in the world can Helen of Troy be black and I am not racist? Ah, I see. So you're like, you're one of the ones tied up in all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, that's just a crazy thing to say to me. Like, there's dragons and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like when people do that same thing for like Middle Earth. They're like, how could the elves be black? And it's like, you know, this is all fictional, right? Like they could be any. They do, like, what do you mean historical accuracy? Like, that's where you lose me with that. That's where you really start to lose me. Is like when you do that sort of thing with the character's skin color. It's like there's magical beasts. There's magical beasts. What are we talking about? This reminds me of when people were doing the same thing for Little Mermaid. They were like, Ariel can't be black. And I was like, she's a literal fish woman. She can be anything, dog. Like, it doesn't matter. She has a fish's tail instead of legs. She could be green. No, like actually, like it's a literal mermaid. It's a fantastical creature. That movie looked really bad anyways, though. Man, they really got to stop remaking the cartoons, man. So disrespectful to animation. I like the new Snape in Harry Potter. Is that coming out yet? The new show? I thought it was still in production. Lilo and Stitch was literally propaganda. It pissed me off so bad. Interesting. I only saw, like, I walked out of Aladdin. Technically, I drove out. I was a drive-in, and it was a double feature, and I was like, I'm not watching this. And then I watched Beauty and the Beast. That one was truly horrible. I think those were the only live-action ones I saw, those two. And I walked out, like, a quarter of the way through Aladdin. I feel like a movie has to be so bad for you to be like, I would rather just drive home right now than sit for 2 hours and watch this in my car. Alrighty. Watching bad movies with a bunch of friends is really fun, though. Dude, one of my favorite ever summers of my life was when MoviePass was a thing. If you guys didn't know about MoviePass, it was like this service. It made no sense. It was an app where you paid $5 a month to go to infinite movies. So it was cheaper than the price of one movie ticket, and you could go into as many movies as you wanted that month. It literally made 0 sense, and it was amazing. So I would just go see a movie every single week with my friends. We all had MoviePass, and like no matter how bad the movie was, we'd just go because like why not? You know what I mean? So we were going like every single Friday. Saw every movie that came out that year, no matter how terrible they were, and it was so fun, man. It was so unbelievably fun. I remember that it was so peak. Well, honestly, I keep saying it made no sense, but honestly, it kind of did make sense. Theaters are like not doing well, right? So like the whole idea behind it was like, if these seats are gonna sit empty anyways, then you can get people in the seats for free, and there's a chance they buy popcorn. There's a chance they buy, like a high chance that they buy like concessions, all that other stuff. And so I think their idea was like, if the movie theaters will just eat the cost of the tickets, then this could be a really good business model, like a win-win. But the movie theaters never ate the cost of the tickets. They just never worked with MoviePass on that. So MoviePass was essentially just paying for everybody's movie tickets at a massive loss. And their plan was to do like the whole Uber thing where you like lose money for years and then you slowly kill the platform, but it doesn't matter because everybody's already using it and you're on top. But they never got that far, so it went out of business. But I actually think the idea could work because, like, again, if you think about it, the theater's already paid for the rights to the movie. So if there's any empty seats left by the time the showing's about to start, why not just fill the seats with whoever? There's a chance that those people with MoviePass bring friends who don't have MoviePass, and then they pay for tickets. And then again, there's a pretty high chance that everybody's getting concessions, and then the theater makes money on that. It's not like the empty seat is like costing them money, you know what I mean? Or like filling this empty seat is costing them money from the theater's point of view. So it kind of did make sense. It's just that the theaters never like went for it on their end to work with MoviePass to like provide the tickets. Because if they did, I could see it still being a thing to this day. Because the way it worked was, it's not like you could get tickets ahead of time. You could only get tickets like 10 minutes before the movie started. So in other words, you were only ever getting seats that would have been empty. Like if the theater was gonna sell out, then you couldn't use your MoviePass on it. And honestly, I think there was like a couple of popular movies that you couldn't use MoviePass on as well. Like if the movie had just come out, you had to like wait a week or something. I can't remember. They added more and more rules as it went on because obviously it didn't make any financial sense. So they kept adding more and more rules. Alrighty. What's the movie you most regret paying to watch? That's a great question. I mean, I've seen some bad movies in my time, but The Knowing, maybe? With Nicolas Cage. That movie was insane. But it's a good memory, so I don't actually regret it. Okay. I feel like we should grab acacia logs just so we're not missing any. All right, guys, let's take another step back. Nice. Making some good progress. So much to fill in. But I'm gonna probably just stay up all night doing this. But yeah, guys, I think that might be it for today. I've been going for like over 3 hours and getting kind of hungry. So I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for tuning in. I had a great time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, if you just tuned in a little late, make sure to check out the VOD channel, Mogswamp or Mogswamp VODs. We do upload all the VODs there 24 to 48 hours after the stream is over, so you can go find it there. Also, go subscribe to Mogswamp. That's my side channel where these streams get turned into shorts and they get turned into videos. This stream will probably get turned into a whole bunch of shorts. So, yeah, go subscribe to Mogswamp. The channel's been doing really well. Super happy with it. Let's see. I think I need concrete powder, right? But yeah, I think that's it for today. And don't go anywhere because we're going to raid someone together and send them lots of love. So just give me 1 sec and then we'll pick out who to raid. But yeah, that is gonna be all for the night. Let's see. Yeah. Perfect. And we'll just put this shulker box away. All right. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. That was a great time. That was super fun. And yeah, let's go raid someone. All right. See you.